Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Just a Girl Show. Today is Thursday, May the 20th, 2021. Now, today we want to talk about the Lakers and the Golden State Warriors. I mean, last night was a good game for Will. I can probably tell this for Will, and no, that's all I know. I know this game. I remember this game last night was unbelievable. But it is what it is, and now well, I'm seeing this for so long as of right now. I've seen this from the bottom of my heart. I can probably tell that this game of last night's haven't watched the game last night, but when I saw it, it was a clutch. For LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers who won the game of last night's play-in tournament 103 to 100 and the Warriors are in a do or die situation tomorrow night when they face the Glazers. And boy, it was an unbelievable game that we haven't ever seen this so far on this in the Western Conference. But now, what I saw last night was unbelievable. The Lakers and the Warriors. Last night's game was unbelievable for us, and it just didn't have to stop. It just didn't have to stop for real. Now, LeBron James had an incredible game so far. I can certainly tell. But when I saw this game right now, it was unbelievable. I can tell you. Let me tell you first, it's absolutely unbelievable for real. Absolutely unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. And I can say this from the bottom of my heart. It's absolutely unbelievable. It don't even go well. But now, let's go to see what happens last. Now, it really helped Golden State chances, right? Seth Curry's had a hell of a night last night. Draymond Green had a heck of a night. Without Klay Thompson, if Klay Thompson wouldn't be here last night, he would never help his team to win the game. If Klay Thompson is here last night, if Klay Thompson was here last night, he will help the team win and had the Lakers in the do or die situation against the Grizzlies. But no, absolutely not. So I saw last night's game. Although it was unbelievable, and LeBron James and his team did his thing. They help each other. They pull together, and that's what happened. So first, I am so questionable what is happening in this game for Will. And yes, all I ever tell is when and this is happening for Will. The only time will tell for this one for sure. But hey, that's what it is, and it's happening that way. But look, it is what it is, and this is how it's happening so far. Now, we got everything that goes up in here, everything that goes up in the line, and that's always matters. Now, let's go find out what happened, and here's the story of what it's just all about. Now, let's take a look. Let's take a look, folks. Now, LeBron James delivers in his clutch as Los Angeles Lakers take 7th seed in the NBA playoffs. Now, this is what happens. Now, the Los Angeles Lakers postseason run opener, but Wednesday's win during playing in game against the Golden State Warriors, and it took everything the defeated champions. The defending champions had to win 103 to 100. LeBron James' 34-foot three-point half to beat the shot clock buzzer fell through the net with 58.2 seconds remaining, breaking in a tie at 100 and giving LA the lead for good. James hit with his old NBA Finals forward, Seth Curry, a man who has made a name for himself on shots just like that, closing out on his own defense. It was a great shot, Corey said. That was a tough one because you don't really expect it to go in. Everything changes when it goes in. All time great players make great shots. That's what happens. No different tonight, but it's a tough one. It's a tough one. James played on a right angle that caused him to miss 26 of the Lakers' final 30 games because of the spine, finishing with 22 points, 11 rebounds, and 10 assists for the first play-in triple-double in the tournament. Now, here's the reason why. The Lakers now, they thought they were in trouble. They thought they were in trouble because all I know is why. How did this can happen? How did this has to happen? Well, the Wolves are looking to get by. And to get by, this team right now, where they have to face, I don't know. What the hell? The Suns. But you know what? That's how it has been. It just looked like they were doing something. And that's what happened. The Lakers had it up. And LeBron James had to miss 26 games in the final 30 games in the season. And that's what happened. And this is what it's all about. Damn. So now, what's happening? What's going to happen to the Golden State Warriors? Have they offer for sure what it's all about? And this is, hey, this is amazing. This is amazing. It's amazing. What happened when the Golden State Warriors are going to end up losing the game for the final game here in the regular season, and then to play in the play-in tournament. That's what has to happen. And here in the NBA, they just say, look, we have to do our thing, and that's what it is. And Seth Curry knows it. LeBron James and his team are in the Golden Streeters, and they are going to do whatever they're going to do to be back-to-back NBA champions. They're going to the conference finals, they're going to the NBA finals, and that's it. So now, this Sunday, May 23rd, in Game 1, they will face the Phoenix Suns on the road Sunday at 3:30. Hey, time will tell. And for the Golden State Warriors, it's a must-win situation. And what can happen is the Memphis Grizzlies, well, it's probably going to be tough if Golden State beats the Grizzlies tomorrow night, it will be a sad day for Memphis Grizzlies to win and go into the playoffs to face the Utah Jazz. Well, anyway, the Utah Jazz are number 1 seed in the NBA in the Western Conference. So we'll have to wait and see what is going on. So now, all I'm saying is how this thing that can go on, it can go on and on. And yes, I know. And the end date is on July 22nd. There were lessons learned, there were lessons going on up and high. It was just about a lot. So serious. Now, we all know the New York Knicks play in the playoffs, stay in the playoffs. Now, here's the thing is now, NBA executives and scouts call out LeBron James with big and salt. Now the report. Now, here's the this, Lawson. It really angers me. Now, here it is, folks. Now, LeBron James won an official award in a recent informal poll among NBA executives, officials, and scouts, but it's not. It is not one that the Los Angeles Lakers star desires. According to Ruffalo's press box, James is considered the biggest winner in the NBA in a small poll conducted by longtime NBA writer Gary Ruffalo. An informal survey of four NBA officials, an NBA executive, two scouts, and a coach that was one player who clearly stood above the others when it comes to complaining on the court. Ruffalo's detailed. That's LeBron James, the Los Angeles Lakers superstar. Ruffalo went on to relay some of the comments he received from NBA scouts and executives, while most agreed that James had a bad habit of the frequently complaining. Some were willing to give the superstar the benefit of the doubt. LeBron James is really all the time. And Vernon Scott said of James, he's been a winner since day one. And added another longtime Scott. LeBron James sure does more winner. He sure does wine. But you know what? When I see him complain to an official, he's usually right. The executive says since James has been and still is the face of the NBA, he has accepted a club that he's been granted consensually more liberty to complain about officials. Wherever LeBron wants, LeBron gets, the executive said. He's belong, reportedly. He really is, and he knows it. Man. Now, LeBron receiving pushbacks for his comments about the play-in tournament. Now, James criticized about the play-in tournament went viral, and the Lakers started receiving pushbacks about the timing of his complaint. With the Lakers likely heading to the play-in, James chose to go on a rant about the concept which was immediately suspect timing. Well, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, if it's not 100%, close to 100%, it don't matter when we land, James explaining in a made-up press conference. That's my mindset. If we end up at 6 or 5th or wherever in the case may be, or we end up in the playoffs, whatever the time and thing is, whoever came up with that is, oh man, whoever came up is with that, you know what, need to be fouled. Hey, it's not LeBron James' fault. Evan Watts, who is the NBA Executive Vice President of Basketball Strategy and Activist, is the person responsible for the tournament. Was his gracious response to James' call for his job nothing the league welcomes feedback for our players and teams. We all know LeBron James is calling out the referees and officials. Obviously, we welcome feedback from our players and teams. But as told the Washington Post, but on balance, we believe the play-in tournament offers more benefits than downsides. You'll significantly increase the completely scheduling and a much wider sweep of the standings for teams to want to move up. The intent is to give more teams, more markets, and more fans the feeling that still has something to play for. On that basis, it's absolutely been successful. Here we go again. Let's move on. We'll move on. We'll keep going. Now, the survey took place a poll to LeBron James being poked in the eye by Green. As for complaining to the officials, James may get to the brunt of the criticism, but there are plenty of NBA stars who have made a habit of complaining after every call. Luka Doncic, Devin Booker, Terrell Long, Chris Paul, and Draymond Green were just a few of the additional players that were frequently monitored in Rubin's survey. The recent poll took place before James found himself under fire against after the Lakers' play-in game victory over the Warriors. James was poked in the eye by Draymond Green and knowing in a post-game interview that he could not see after the incident, despite hitting a clutch fourth quarter three-pointer to help the Lakers pull off a comeback win. James' claim was met with scoffing on social media from fans and NBA players alike, including Blazer guard CJ McCullough. But hey, what's the deal? What's the deal? What's the deal? What is going on? What's happening here so far? I mean, look, LeBron James is a foul. He has been a foul ever since. He has been a foul, but look, you can't blame LeBron James for that. Come on now. You can't blame LeBron James for that. I mean, look, we don't see him whine, we don't see him complain, but I gotta say, what is happening here first? But no, you just don't get it for that one. You just don't get it. And but hey, it is what it is. No, there's nothing, and I mean nobody is gonna say. I mean, nobody's going to say what the hell is going on and what's happening for sure. You just don't know. Just don't get it for everybody else. Just don't. This is May. This is May, folks. I can show you that. I can show you that for this one for real. But you can never blame LeBron James of whining officials, telling the officials. LeBron James could get bail. Should get bail for real. And he's the champion. He won 4 NBA titles. 2 for Heat, 1 for Cleveland, and 1 for Los Angeles. And that's what he is. And that's what he's all about. So, LeBron James is the beast. He's just the champion. He's 36 years old. Life's so hard and it's never happening so far. Now, Seth Curry in the Warriors, now the must-win situation is do or die time. That's what it's all about. And here's what Wiggins explains Millsap defeated LeBron James in playing and lost. Now, here goes Seth Curry on LeBron James clutch 3 for it. Says Andrew Wiggins was terrific in the Warriors. Go rinse and lost to the Los Angeles. Andrew Wiggins was terrific in the Warriors. Got rinsed and lost to the Los Angeles Lakers on last night.
Steve Kerr explained, in this stretch, you guys had to win 2. Steve Kerr explained.
Okay. The number 1 overall pick from the 2014 draft scored 21 points on a very elect 10 for 18 shooting overall. Wiggins also did a great job defeating LeBron James. Mindset was to go out there, pick him up full court, just trying to make him uncomfortable. The Foyer told the Mirror, he's one of the all-time greats, so I just trying to make it tough on him. That's the main thing, be aggressive. Just try to make it hard on him. He's perfectly simple. Wiggins' effort was very noxious and late. He lit his tree. So, now how did this happen for well anyway? Because, the Warriors, they were so close to win the game. They were so close to win the game to move on to face the Phoenix Suns, and then it's just not. I mean that's what it is. They giving up, and it's not, and they're being scoreless. The Warriors have been scoreless for real, and Steve Kerr knows it. We have seen this so far. We have seen this more and more times, and it's just not right. I mean, it's absolutely a good game. It's a great game, an epic game for real. It's just like that. It just never happened. It just never happened that way. It's how we feel this game for real. whether you're on the territory or not. You just have to do whatever you got to do to win the game. That's for real. That's for sure. That's just what it is. That's what it's all about. And that's how it's going to happen in here, folks. That's how it's going to happen. They're going to be in a must-win situation. But just watch tomorrow night at 9 o'clock on ESPN when the Wolves going to beat the Grizzlies again, just like they did on Sunday on the ball against the Grizzlies. Just watch. So, who knows how things going to happen. Time will change. Time will change for where you just never tell. You just never know what's going on. You just never know what's going to happen. But it's all about the reasons for where we have seen more and more in jails. You see more in jails for real. And yes, it is what it is, and that's what's going to happen. This is what's going to happen in this game for real. But boy, it's going to be a good game. I can also know for sure that the Wolves are going to do it. The Wolves are going to do it, no problem. If they do, they'll go to move on. If they don't, they go home. Some more stuff's going on in the NBA. LeBron versus Kobe, two of the best rivalries here in the finals since they met in the NBA Finals. 4 times they met in the NBA Finals from 2015 to 2018. And the play-in tournament was great. The play-in tournament was great. You never tell what it's all going, what it's all about. This is what it's all about. You know you're going to win the game anyway. And that's what it is. It's happening so far. You should never ever tell what the hell is going on if you win the game. But how do you win? You play to win the game. That's what it is. And the Lakers did that with just 58.2 seconds when LeBron James hit a clutch 3. Again, tied at 100. At the time, 100. Then was 103 to 100. And the Lakers move on. They're going to face the Suns, Chris Paul and the Phoenix Suns. And I think the Lakers are going to crush them. The Lakers are going to crush them. They're going to crush the Suns for real. Look out, everybody. The Los Angeles Lakers are going to come after the Phoenix Suns. They're going to come after Chris Paul. And the entire team, they're going to crush the Suns right about now. For sure. Whoever knows, who cares? It's the game you never ever forget. Whoever going to watch is going to watch this game right about now. Sure, yes, it is what it is. But look, this has been a great story. I had a fun time here. I love sports. I love to return to sports, and probably I just love sports for real. I just love sports, and from there on, I can do this where I can do whatever I want. I can do whatever I want to do this live, and this is going to be live and for real. So, hey, it is what it is. It is just about the scene that it's going to come. Hey, everybody's got to make a living for one of these days. So now, all I'm seeing is right now, watch the game tomorrow night. Watch tonight. Watch this game right now between the Pacers and the Wizards. It's a must-game situation. Washington will be a favorite to win. Washington will be a favorite to win if the Wizards go to the playoffs. If the punch their ticket to the playoffs. We don't know for sure, but we're going to find out and see what happens. Whoever gets to the game gets down first. I can make sure that this is all about in the time, the place right but now. So anyway, you know how it goes, you know how it happens. Just watch it. It's gonna be absolutely unbelievable. For real. Absolutely unbelievable. You're gonna watch it here, you're gonna watch it live here at 8 o'clock. Pacers and Wizards. And then tomorrow night, you see the Lake. Do you see the Warriors and the Grizzlies tomorrow night at 9 on ESPN? That's what I'm gonna say. I won't be here next time. Will be the last time. Until then, this will be the last time I'm gonna do the interview of the Joseph Chris show. But I'll be back to talk about the next time I continue. Won't be here that long for this time, but I'm gonna be here watching everything. But I'll be back to talk about what's happening and what's going on here on this game for a while. But anyway, you know how it goes. Till then, this is Joseph Cook. I'll be see you next time. Until then, peace and love. Love you, everybody. Peace.